Hello, everybody. I just realized I forgot again to post the link into my video I just uploaded. So give me a second. I'm going to do that, and then I will talk again. So I just had a chat with somebody, and actually I've been chatting with quite a few people today and reading comments. And I definitely have some things to say. Definitely. I'm really getting kind of fed up past here with this judge not lest you be judged baloney. If you're going to quote a scripture, please know what it says before you go around trying to put it on people as some kind of condemnation cloak. Because I'm not wearing your cloak, okay? I try to handle things as tactfully as I can and kindly as I can. But as I've said in my other videos, I have my limits. Somebody coming to me, many people coming to me, and some are like super, oh, we love you, we think you're great, and we like your channel. Some people are saying, oh, you're really diplomatic in how you're putting things. Some people have said, we like how you don't badmouth people, you don't throw them under the bus, you tend to be diplomatic and straightforward, and we like your approach to things. And then we have some that come to me and say, well, you're just like the other people. How can you do that? Why would you handle things the way they do? Okay, first of all, I don't handle anything the way anybody does. I'm me. I handle things in my own way. And if that's not your preferred, comfortable way, then there are plenty of other channels out there, as I've said umpteen zillion times. That doesn't mean I won't talk to you. It doesn't mean I won't discuss things with you. It means I'm going to keep being me, so you can stop trying to conform me into this perfect little version of whatever you think I should be, because I'm not going to be that. And I'm frankly tired of people thinking if they approach me with these kind of, I don't know what the word is. It's not judgmental. It's not even really confrontational. It's questioning me. And like, why are you like this? Why are you not like this? Why are you, you say you're this, but you're acting this way? I am me, and I am acting like me. If that's uncomfortable for you, then you should go find somebody you're comfortable with, because I'm not changing who I am. I am me. As of yet, I don't feel that I have done anything to warrant somebody coming to me and acting like that. I really don't. But you are free to have your own opinions as well as I am free to have mine. And I am free to do what I choose on my own live shows as anybody else is. I'm also free to point out flaws in somebody else if I choose to. I don't believe that the Bible says you cannot say, oh, the way this person is acting is wrong and this is why. I have never believed that, except when I was in a very condemning church that, I think it was a Baptist church or something, where they just constantly threw that verse around. Judge not, lest you be judged. You're never supposed to point out flaws in anybody or correct anybody. Baloney. All of the apostles did it. Jesus did it. Followers down through the ages did it. How are people supposed to change and grow if you don't point out what they're doing wrong and try to help them straighten it out? Seriously, if you can. And if you can't help them straighten it out, then you warn people and you expose it. Doesn't mean you got to expose the person by name or be mean to them or whatever. Yes, I know there's people talking about other people online. Welcome to YouTube. I've been here since 2008. Not that we're on YouTube now, but we will be, because I'll be uploading this. I've been here for 9 years, has it been? 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 10 years. 10 years now. I kind of know the ropes. I know what I'm doing. I've been doing it a long time. I went through 2 divorces, 2 remarriages, and living in shelters in between going online for 10 years. So I've lived my life around this thing called YouTube, and I know the ropes. I know what to do. I know what works for me. And honestly, that's all I need to know. I don't need to know what works for people over here that are living a certain way or doing a certain thing. All I need to know is what works for me. because I'm me. I'm not those people. That almost makes me sound a little narcissistic, saying that I don't want to be compared to other people, because I just told you the other day that's one of the traits of narcissism. So if that's what it seems like, I guess that part of me is narcissistic. I don't know what to tell you. I don't like being compared to people that are bringing disdain to other people, I guess, or that aren't handling things in a kind way, or maybe the right way. I don't know, because you're not always going to be kind. There's times to talk about things that you're not going to be kind. You're going to be angry. You're going to be hurt. You're going to react that way. And that's normal human behavior. It's okay to emote and feel feelings. And I'm not apologizing to anybody for feeling feelings. Okay, I try to be very, I don't know what the word is. I try to put my ideas out there without seeming like an emotional basket case, because I'm really not emotional, like to that point where I'm going to be bawling my head off or anything. More angry, more fed up, more like, it's not even a how dare you. It's live and let live. If you don't like it, move on. I'm back to that point again. If you don't like these channels, if you don't like my channel, go where you're happy. But stop bringing things to me saying, well, I don't understand. You say you're this, then why aren't you doing that? I'm not going to, because I'm going to be me. Because as soon as I change for you, or you, or you, there's, like I said to this person, there's 10 other people wanting me to change the way they want me to be. And I'm not going to be anybody but me, because that's what makes me happy. And that's what my life is about, is being myself, not other people. So that's how it is. Judgment begins in the house of the Lord. That is what the Bible says. And the judgment thing, people love throwing that around so much, especially Christians. They love to say that judge not lest we be, yes, lest you be judged. They love it, because that means then they don't have to confront anybody when they're doing something wrong. Thank you, Trisha, and hello. And hi to Sandy and anybody else that's in here. It says that if you see your brother in sin, to go to them, confront them. If they don't receive you, take another and go to them again. If they don't receive you, bring them before the church or the group or whatever. And then they can deal with it. They can confront it and cast them out, or however they do it, like walk away if they have to, whatever. That's the Bible way of handling judgment. There's another thing. Judgment has to be righteous. It doesn't just say don't judge. It says judge with a righteous judgment. What that means to me, and pretty much everybody I've talked to that knows that verse, is that if I got my stuff together, I have a right to point out that you don't. And if you got your stuff together in an area, you have a right to call me on my stuff. And people have asked me, well, would you want to be, brought before the jury and, judged on YouTube? Go for it. What do you want to judge me on? I have a messy house that went through a flood. Yep, you're right, I do. I itch my face a lot. Yes, I do. I have 3 cats. I have allergies. I do itch my face a lot. I do. I don't always dress perfect. Nope, I dress according to mood. I was in kind of a wild, free, animalistic, whatever, zoo and circus mood today. So I dressed in animal type print. That's me. I fly to the beat of a different, or not a beat. I fly by the seat of my pants and march to the beat of a different drum. I'm myself. I'm independent. I am one of a kind, and I am happy being who God made me to be. So if you want to approach me, the best way to approach me is just approach me as I am. Not bringing your, you should be doing this, you should be doing that, you shouldn't say this and that, because that's not going to work with me. I can tell you right now, it's not going to work. That's not who I am. I'm not a mamby-pamby, oh, God just loves everybody. No, sorry. I believe in a God of judgment and balance and righteousness and confrontation as needed. So that's what you're going to get from me. If you ask me an honest question, I'm going to give you an honest answer. I'm not going to beat you over the head, but I'm going to give you the truth. And if you're confronting me about me, I'm going to tell everybody the same thing. Do not tell me what I should do, who I should hang out with, where I should go, or what decisions I should make. You can give me advice. You can say what you would do. You can point out things to me, but do not come to me and tell me I have to do this or else, you know, or how would you like it? How would I like it? I don't give to other people what I wouldn't be able to accept myself. So if you feel I'm being judgmental and you want to turn and judge me, please, by all means, everybody start a video and judge me. Imitate me, mock me. I really don't care. Because frankly, I'm on here to bring a service. I'm on here to bring information to help people that are victimized. And that's not a nice process. Being victimized is not a pleasant thing where everybody's all smiley, smiley, lovey, lovey. It's people that have been hurt and wounded and ripped to shreds and that are devastated and disillusioned. Hi, Sybil. It's people that have had enough and they're done being controlled. Those are the people I'm on YouTube to help. And if that is not you, then you are in the wrong place and you need to find a room that is for you. If my style is not to your taste, I'm sorry, but I have to phrase it the same way somebody else does. To the left, to the left. Just find a different door and walk through it. But do not come to me and tell me that I'm just like the others. And because you go in other people's rooms, you're just like them. No, baloney. I'm not just like anybody. I'm myself. I am Laura Beth Culbert. I am Delusion Dispeller. I'm not anybody else. I'm nothing like anyone that I know of. I mean, I might have some traits that are, but for the most part, I'm just myself. That's all I'm going to be. Anyway, yeah, I did not expect to come home from work, a tough day at work, and have to deal with that. I just didn't, and I'm not happy about it. And it's always the Christians that do it, which is why I don't want to be considered a Christian. I do not believe in this judge not lest you be judged baloney. I don't. I'm not going to. You can try to quote every verse in the Bible to me. Hi, there she is. Speaking of the person. All right, well, you made yourself known. Okay, well, if I sound just like them, then and you like those people because you told me you did, then you are in the right place. Just stay here because you'll hear more of the same. We all are our own person. And we all don't like things about each other. And we all have different ways of telling that we don't like things about each other. And guess what? Free country, we are all allowed to run our channels our way. And if you would like to start your own channel and bash me or them or whoever, I really don't care. The thing that's very common with most of us YouTubers that have been here a while is that we have very strong backbones. We are used to all kinds of craziness on here. Not them. Okay, well then go join them. You're in the wrong place. If you don't like the way I do things and you think I should be more Christian or follow whatever rules you think I should have, then you are in the wrong place because I'm not changing. So why bang your head against the wall and think that by saying stuff you're going to change me? I won't. Okay. All right, Kelly. Sure. Whatever. It's not what I hear from I don't know how many people in my comments. So you can think what you want. I'm not getting into it with you. I've already chatted to the point where my fingers are tired. I don't actually preach kindness, by the way. So I'm not sure where you get that from. I preach balance. Okay, Kelly. So go somewhere where you find your kind, caring people. You're in the wrong room. You're in the wrong chat. Because no, I don't preach kindness. I'm not sure where you got that idea. I preach balance. A little bit of kindness, a little bit of confrontation, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. That's me. I'm all about balance. The yin, the yang, the balance. It's like this, Kelly, like I told you. I think I told you, or I said it somewhere. People either love me or they hate me. There is never an in-between. Never has been. Students I work with love me. The people I work with think I'm a little strange, but they tolerate me pretty good. The teacher I work for seems to like me. My husband adores me. My counselor likes me. Most people do, so I'm really not worried about one or two that don't. I will, Trisha. No problem. Anyway, so, yeah. As I said earlier, feel free if you want to know anything about me. If you want to point out any of my flaws, please do. But again, I'm going to tell you, I'm not changing them unless God Almighty himself speaks to me like he does every day and tells me, hey, Chica, you're out of line. You need to change that. He hasn't, so I won't. So feel free to say whatever you want or confront whatever you want. I'm good. I'm doing my dishes while I'm talking. That is one thing I need to work on, is getting my house in order. Thank you, Trisha. I like you too. Like I said, read my comments. Doesn't seem to be the general consensus that I'm doing anything wrong or mistreating anybody. And honestly, I kind of think, I'm kind of sensing that Satan can try to use this to get me to say things negative about people, and I'm not going to do it, so I'm not going to do it. You don't know why I should never want to be just tolerated? I'm good with whatever God blesses me with. I am cool with it. I'm secure. Maybe that's why I'm quite secure in my own skin. I've weathered a few storms. I'm good. As some little friends of mine say, I'm Gucci. I'm Gucci. And I will stand my ground when it comes to that kind of stuff, as I just did. I don't know where John is. He's my in-person friend. He will definitely come on and say something about me positive, I'm sure, at some point. And Papa David Mahon, if he's around, he would say good things about me too. He knows me in person. And he knows I'm a feisty little firecracker. Because that's my nickname. Little Dynamite is my nickname from my spiritual father, who knows me really, really well. And I am Little Dynamite. I'm not a quiet little spark. I am dynamite. And I like being dynamite. I like not being little mamby-pamby quiet, love, love, love. It's not me. It doesn't fit me. And neither did it fit some of the apostles. Not everybody was all laid back and lovey-dovey in the apostles and the followers of Jesus. They weren't all like that. I'm a Peter. I'm an in-your-face person. What did I do here? Hold on. I think I just knocked myself offline, possibly. Nope, there I am. Okay. Anyway. And by the way, you said the one word that always gets my dander up, Kelly. Should. Do not should on me. Do not should on me. Don't tell me how I should want to be or I should never want. Don't should me. I will do what I choose to do. I am not a codependent. I'm not dependent. So my self-worth is not based on what you or anybody else thinks of me. It's based on what he thinks of me, my husband thinks of me. That's the only two. And what I think of me. We're the majority. I already know that people who really know me up close and personal and see how I flow, so to speak, are going to like me or they're not. And the majority seems to like me. So I'm not sure what your issue is, other than you may be of the persuasion of those people that believe that way. And that's fine. You can believe what you want, but don't should on me. Don't bring your shoulds to me. Those kind of things, yeah, that's not going to fly with me. Um, actually, I don't think I've requested prayers for anyone. I don't think that was me. I know my friend Michelle requests prayers for people. I don't remember ever requesting prayers for anybody. I figure if you're going to pray, you're going to pray. Now, if it's something like an emergency or something, then yeah. Now, I might say something like, well, we should just pray for them. But I don't remember saying, okay, now everybody, you need to pray for so-and-so. Because that's really not how I run my groups. You're trying to drive and talk to text. Oh, okay. I gotcha. All right. Let me take a few breaths here because I'm not trying to come off as haughty either. We need to remember when our adrenaline gets going to take some breaths and calm down. I'm not meaning to start shouting and be all feisty like that. That's the Jewish, Italian, Greek, Eastern, whatever, European coming out in me. That's not me. So, oh, okay. Okay, well, maybe I have suggested prayer for her. And everybody needs prayer for sure. I need prayer. She needs prayer. Everybody needs prayer. There's no harm in that. In fact, she's suggested prayer for people. I think it's a good thing to suggest prayer for people. It's good if you actually do pray. Like, for instance, people call me up for prayer and I won't say, well, yeah, I'll pray for you. Usually I'll stop right there and say, do you want me to pray right now? I'll pray right now. I've done that for Mrs. Analyzer, for Michelle. And I have to say, one of the biggest things that has been a frustration of mine on the whole YouTube thing, since the whole Chris Watts thing went down, is people that believe that you can only stay in one room and be loyal. I can go in many rooms and be loyal to a person because they're not a room, they're a person. And I can like a person and not like the way they run their room. I can go to a school and I can like a class but not like the teacher, or like the teacher and not like what they're teaching. It's one of those things that everybody should be able to kind of find the balance in that, I think. It's kind of like, okay, just to give you an idea of who I am or what I am or whatever. Back when I life coached, like when I actually had people calling me on the phone and I was life coaching people, there were people I wouldn't keep life coaching because I wasn't comfortable with them. There was no rapport there. There was stress between us. There wasn't the communication flow that needed to be there. So I'm the type of person that rather than continue to try to rack my brains and stress myself out, meeting that person's needs and being drained dry, I would tell them, look, this isn't working out. I think we need to find you a different therapist or counselor or something to work with you or coach. I know my limits. My limits are when I don't feel comfortable with somebody, when there's a repetitive thing going on, because I can't stand repetition. If somebody calls me up and is repeating things over and over and over again in my ear, that's not going to work for me for a life coaching experience or for them. So I will cut it off immediately. There's no way I will try to help that person because I know my limit and I know my triggers and I know things that make me uncomfortable. And then if there's somebody that calls me up and they're addicted or drunk or something, again, not going to work for me. Oh, well, I don't agree with you on that, Kelly. You don't hear anything but talking about them. I don't feel that my videos are nothing about but talking about people. They're not. I do mention situations, and I don't think I've really mentioned a whole lot with people's names involved in them purposely, because that's what my husband suggested, that I don't go naming names and I make it more like a personality study, because that's what I'm trained in. I have 2 psychology degrees. What I do is analyze behaviors. That's how I ended up on all this crime stuff, analyzing Chris Watts's behavior, Shanann Watts's behavior. And yes, I've mentioned their names, but everybody mentions their names. So I'm just telling you who I'm referring to. So of course I would mention names. And that is how I started out on this true crime stuff, which I'm not staying in and have not stayed in as much as I possibly can break away from it. So I analyze behaviors. If I see a behavior that's disturbing, then yes, I'm going to say something about it. I'm trained to recognize narcissistic personality disorder, borderline personality disorder, bipolar disorder, and all those things. So if I see somebody with that disorder or dissociative identity disorder, otherwise known as MPD, multiple personalities, I'm going to say something, or I'm going to avoid the person. Okay, Kelly, that's nice. Whatever. I've also talked to her. So what's your point? We both know that we're very different people. We both know that we do things different ways. So I don't know what your deal is. I guess you have to defend her by coming to confront me. Why can't you like both of us? Or just go over there where you like her and not like me? What is the deal? I can't make you like me, and I'm not trying to, because I have enough other people that do like me. So I don't worry about the ones that don't. I am who I am, and if you don't like me, you don't like me. I don't like everybody. I'm not comfortable with everybody. I think people should be open and tell each other how they feel about each other, not go around and, behind their backs and say stuff. I've talked to the people that I have issues with. They pretty much know where I stand, I'm sure. And it's interesting to me that you came to me tonight, because somebody else came to me and said, I think it's great how you're not speaking against certain people when I've been other places where people are speaking against them. Your show isn't about that. So I guess the little teeny tiny bit that you've heard me speak about a certain person or their behaviors has really gotten under your skin and caused you to question my beliefs, which I really don't even talk about like openly. I mean, I talk about what I believe, but I don't label myself anything. But it must have really bothered you to not only confront me privately, but also in here. But again, we're still at square one where I'm not changing to please any one person. I'll consider everything anybody says. And if it's something that I don't need or don't see in myself or think I need to change, then it gets thrown out, basically. So it's whatever. Just how it is, how it's going to be. I'm not going to scream and yell and rant. Okay. I didn't even know you contacted me last night. I was asleep probably when you contacted me. I do sleep at night. I don't stay up 24/7. I actually work a job during the day and come home and come online to see what's happening and what's going on. And came on to rather lengthy messages, most of which were very positive, telling me that they really like my channel and I really helped them, and to keep posting videos because they like my videos. And you know what, Kelly? You can watch my videos. I mean, whether you choose to or not, that's up to you. You can watch my videos and not like me. I'm cool with that. I watch people's videos and don't like them and don't hang out in their rooms. Definitely. Quite a few people, actually. Because I like their insights and I think they got good material. And some people whose videos I watch can't stand me. Fine with that, too. It's all good. Whatever. Well, yes, I have. Yes, I have. Now, you can call me on that legitimately, Hillary. I was telling Kelly, because she was saying, would you want to go in a room and have people talking against you? And I said, bring it on. Fine. If you got something against me, I want to hear about it. Yeah. If it's something I need to change and God tells me, yep, they're right about that, you need to change that, then by all means, God and I will have a chit chat and he will show me what I need to do to about face and make the right changes. I have no problem with that. In fact, I've even asked people to imitate me and do like mock videos of me, impersonations. And when Molly Golightly did that, Marissa, she nailed it. She was so good. She was so good. Even if I don't care what she thinks of me, she's just really talented at that. Other people might not agree, and other people might have taken that offensively. I laughed my head off. I thought she was perfect describing me. And so I can say that, but that doesn't mean I agree with every single thing she does on her channel. And it doesn't mean I'm going to say I do if I don't. And yes, if I see something going on with somebody, I'm going to point it out. Especially if people are unfairly pointing a finger at somebody, I'm going to say, look, that person has some issues. This is what I think. Yes, I'm going to do that. Definitely. No matter who it is. And yes, I expect them to do that for me too. Tell me what you think my issues are. And I'll agree or disagree. Which actually, I kind of think everybody does that to an extent. What are my issues? I'm struggling financially, yeah. Didn't end up getting my master's, or not master's, I got my bachelor and master's degree. Ended up that it wasn't CAP accredited. Yep, that's true. Have been married 3 times. That's true too. Oh, I've been blasted on that front a lot. And condemned for marrying more than once. Yes, definitely. It wasn't my original intention, but it happened that way, and it sometimes does happen with some people. I don't think that makes them less of people because that happens, though. There's just unforeseen things that we realized years later that it's not good, it's not healthy to stay in this. That was 23 years of a marriage before I finally said, I've had enough. I deserve better than this. And actually, he's happier without me too, so in that respect. He's doing quite well. And yeah, I mean, I made a lot of dumb decisions. I made a lot of very impulsive decisions in life that bit me in the booty in the end. So, I mean, yeah, if you want to call me on stuff, please do. Open up a room, label it The Real Dee Dee or The Truth About Dee Dee or whatever you want to label it. I don't care. Go ahead. It'll give you some viewers and content and subscribers. It's all good. I really don't care. But I'm not going to rant and rave about it either. I'm not going to scream and yell and cry and be emotional because that's not me. Not that I never cried, because I have some videos where I bawl my head off. But I'm not in that mode right now, I guess. Anyhow, I'm a predestiny believer. So, Kelly, you said you're sorry you contacted me last night. I'm not sorry you contacted me. It was what was meant to happen, or it wouldn't have happened, because it's already unfolding in God's plan. So, for whatever reason, maybe you contacted me to find out I don't like these kind of people, so I'm going to stay away from this girl. And I'm going to stay away from everybody that's like her, because she's judgmental and can't see her own flaws. And I think my mother used to say, can't see the forest for the trees or something. I don't know. One of those old-fashioned sayings. So maybe that's the only reason you contacted me, to know that you don't like people like me. So now you know which rooms to not go into or which people not to talk to. But it was all meant to be, or it wouldn't have happened. I wouldn't have gotten that message from you and responded to it if it wasn't meant to be. So I believe in divine unfolding of things. And if you were meant to be here for a moment and flit on by like a butterfly, then okay. That's fine too. Whatever. I'm just going to keep on doing what I do and being who I am. That's all I know to be, and I'm comfortable with it. Oh, okay. Well, you said that You were sorry you contacted me last night, so I thought that was it. Poof, you're gone. I figured you amscrayed out of the room or out of the chat, so I wasn't sure. But I mean, you're welcome to stay for sure, but I'm still going to be me, and maybe you don't like this type of person, and that's okay. Everybody doesn't get along with every type of person out there. I think, and I've said before, and I'm fine if Marissa sees this, I like certain aspects of Marissa. I like her life coach side. I like her older videos where she gives insights into life circumstances and stuff and how to handle them. They were very useful and interesting. I loved her wife swap where I saw a measure of compassion towards a little girl from her. I thought that was brilliant, and I thought it was intriguing, and that's what made me really like her and want to do a collab with her, because I saw that side of her that I really, really enjoyed and was very admirable to me. When you have a little girl crying because she can't make up her mind and wants everything she sees, and a woman who obviously is quite wealthy and understands riches gets down and tells the little girl, you know, have some balance, basically, you know, make a choice, and you don't have to have everything all at once. That was admirable. I thought it was wonderful. I enjoyed it immensely, and I saw the sensitive side of her when they wanted her to kill the chicken or whatever it was. I try to see different sides of everybody. And then there's sometimes I see flip-floppy sides of people, and I say, oh, okay, that person has multiple facets of their personality. I don't like all of those facets, but there are some I really greatly enjoy and admire. And that was basically all I was saying. So, I don't know. I really was trying to defend. I wasn't trying to attack, if that's how it appeared. But because I try to see potential in people. And sometimes I don't do real well at it, but I try to. Anyway, I guess that was all I had to say on that topic. I just wondered, you know, if anybody in here had, or anybody in the comments that's going to watch this later, had anything that you wanted to address me about or criticize about me or whatever. I mean, I've pretty much heard it all. I've been called a hoarder, some kind of slime stuff, and told that I live like a pig, that I look like a pig. Like I said, after a while, we just all get used to it. It's just part of being in the public eye. And I think everybody in show business, everybody on the news, anybody that's ever been on a TV screen in public is open to public scrutiny of some kind, and we just expect it. I think, like, okay, I did hear, I don't remember when I heard this, but I heard Marissa say that I don't go in other people's rooms at all. I don't even venture there because I don't want to know what they're saying about me. I don't care. And that's kind of where I'm at. It's not that I don't go into other people's rooms. I do. I visit different rooms, but I don't usually stay the whole time, and I don't always comment. And a lot of people don't. Some people just lurk about and see what's going on, and just to kill some time and, you know, see how people are doing and whatever. I don't know. It's just a way to pass the time. And we just don't take it to heart. You can't. If you take every person's comment to you or toward you to heart, you're not going to be on here. Trust me. I would have never made it 10 years on here or 9 years or whatever it's been if I would take everything to heart that everybody said and just bellyache over every comment and, oh, they don't like me. Oh my gosh. They criticized my socks. I better go out and get a new pair. No, I don't. I can't. I dare not, actually. I'd be a basket case. I'd be locked up in the loony bin. And so would anybody else that did that. You can't. That is not YouTube stock. Let's put it that way. Oh, you messaged me? Okay, well, I probably am not getting it on here because I'm on here. It probably doesn't let me get messages while I'm talking online because I can't switch screens. I would almost have to open up a different Facebook. And I just made a spill on my floor, so hold on a second. I'm going to grab a paper towel. Like that. All right. Okay, I got to wipe off my floor. I made a mess. Just dumped a whole bowl full of water on my kitchen floor. Not good. Especially these floors. All right, there we go. Okay. Oh, okay, Trisha. I'll talk to you soon. Thanks for coming in. Or on, however you put it, I guess. All right, so anyway, I see there's 4 people here. Does anybody else want to talk about anything or question me about anything, or I don't know. Okay. See you later, Trisha. Take care, girlie. Take it easy. Have a good night. See you around. Anyone? Anything to say? Anything at all? I was trying to think of a lot of verses in the Bible where people brought judgment and had issues with people, and there was a lot of it. There was something about Janus and Jambres. I remember that, and I really need to look up stuff in my Bible before I try to talk about the Bible, but yeah, there were a lot of times people's names were mentioned. That was my point. And they were mentioned in a judgmental way, where flaws were pointed out. Judge not that you be not judged, Matthew 7. Yet he goes on to say in the very same chapter that we can know them by their fruits, and that every good tree bears good fruit, but a bad tree bears bad fruit. Those of us who have been set free are called to speak truth in love and not remain silent. Now, oh, I know, Hillary, right? We are called to speak truth and in love and not remain silent. But love isn't always this nicey nice, oh, let me love you. Oh, honey, you're doing a really bad thing right now. That's not what that means. And that's not me. I'm not going to mamby-pamby most people that can handle it. But I'm probably more likely than not, if I meet you in person, I'm going to use humor if I need to correct something. I'll joke about it. I'm not one that's going to say, you shouldn't do that, or that's stupid, or whatever. I'd be more likely to say, yeah, how's that working for you? You know, like something sarcastic or whatever. Part of that comes from living with a man, being married to a man who is very sarcastic at times. People see God as, it seems, either condemning or graceful, you know, filled with grace and mercy and truth and all that stuff. But there is a balance. Do I do it in love? That's for him to judge, really. Yes, I believe I do. And people that are commenting on my channel apparently feel loved by me. So you don't. You're one person out of a lot of people. And no, it's not ugly. And I don't feel I'm being ugly. And most people don't feel I'm being ugly. In fact, I was told by quite a few people that I'm probably one of the kinder people that have been addressing the issues lately. So you're the first person I've heard from in like probably 3 days since this whole thing started regarding the person and the legal thing and all that stuff. You're the first person that has come to me and said anything about how I'm doing it wrong. So you are in the minority, I hate to tell you. Actually, that's called impersonation and parody. That's just done in fun. I don't have an issue with that. And I don't feel I was making fun of anybody, actually. Although I will say that way back when I did make some videos about Shanann, which I have removed. Because after the whole thing happened and I found out that she was a victim and she was dead and killed heinously, and so were those precious little girls and the little baby boy Nico, my little statue that I made in their honor, Bella and I'm drawing a blank. Cece, Bella and Cece, and little baby Nico, this little bunny rabbit here, I named Nico. This one, right? My finger's on it, I guess. Right there, there's a baby Nico. I made this statue back when that whole thing happened. And I took those videos down because I felt they did not warrant any purpose anymore. There was no point in pointing that out anymore about those behaviors and stuff, because once I knew that there was no hope in redeeming that situation or talking to Shanann, there was no point in talking about it anymore. So I did take those down. So you are right. I did say things, if you want to say against Shanann, it's not that I was against her. It's that I saw behaviors that were very concerning and felt she needed help. And that was why I said there were times I agreed with certain people about that situation. And yes, I did and still do agree that there were behaviors that needed to be addressed in that situation. For the little girl's sake and Nico's sake and Shanann's sake and the whole thing. And Chris just plain did not need to be married. He's not marriage material. I think he needed to stay away from the women and away from the dating sites and just go live a bachelor's life. Go lift weights or do whatever it was he was doing with his life, but stay away from women. We got enough narcissistic men out there preying upon women. So I think there were problems on both ends, and that's what I said originally, and that's what I still feel, that there were problems on both ends. I also know, though, that there are people on YouTube that have YouTube channels and some that don't have YouTube channels that have mental illness. And they come on here because they find acceptance from people. Some people with mental illness find acceptance with other people with mental illness and other kind of illnesses. I've already addressed my issues with cyclothymia. I have not kept that hidden. And the Americans with Disabilities Act, I mentioned that too in my last video, so there's nothing hidden about me. So yes, I guess what I'm trying to say to you, Kelly, is that I have pulled the mote out of my eye so I can see to pull the splinter out of my brother's eye. And that's what we're called to do. Oh, no, I totally understand what you're saying. And I don't feel I have done that. So I'm not really sure what you're referring to about me. How have I spoken bad about somebody at a lowest time? I did not even want to address the whole recent situation with that person. They came on and addressed it, and other people addressed it. I didn't mention a thing about it. In fact, I made the video Love Covers. Did you watch that video? About Shem, Ham, and Japheth and Moses? And how I didn't feel it was my place to expose, but I was trying to cover? Maybe you didn't see that video. So to say that I don't act in kindness, I have to disagree with you. I'm not saying I'm perfect at it, but I did my best, especially in that video, to act in kindness. And I do know that There's people online that do get blasted a lot. People go in their rooms and start typing all kinds of mean, cruel, vile things at them. I don't do that. I am not one of those people that do that. That is unkind. I don't feel I'm unkind. If I was unkind, I really don't think I could work in the field I work in right now, to be honest with you. Honestly. I don't. Because what I do takes an awful lot of swallowing of pride, walking away, keeping my mouth shut, forgiving, realizing people can't help what they're doing and saying. That's all required for my job. So to say that I'm not kind, I'm going to just disagree with you on that. And I think quite a few people would disagree with you on that, actually. I am bold, I will say that. And yeah, sometimes I get a little heady. I know I got to get off my pedestal sometimes. God knocks me off of it quite regularly and says, hey, yo, your head's a little bit too big for your shoulders there, girlie. You need to chill it a little bit. Like, I just took a few breaths because I knew I was getting a little heated and it wasn't worth all that to be doing that and making anybody feel bad. Not about all that stuff. That's not me. I don't know what else to say. I mean, what else do you want to talk about? If anything. I mean, I have no issue with anybody going from room to room to room if they want. I never have had an issue with that. There is a whole YouTube universe out there that you could be watching things. I watch SBSK, which is about the little disabled children and adults with diagnoses that a man goes and visits them and they talk about their situation and how they're living their lives with disabilities and challenges and stuff. I listen to that and watch that. I watch a lot of the different crime channels, but not for the crime, just because I like the people and the personalities. Well, Kelly, you can't control everybody. You really can't. And the sooner we all learn that we are our own people and we have a right to be our own people and other people have a right to do their own thing, then the better things will be. Everybody has a right to share the way they choose to share. I enjoy so many different styles of communication and people and channels and whatever that I'm fine just being that way. I don't have an issue with it. Done it for years. Not about to stop unless, like I said, God stops me or YouTube stops me, which I did say way back when, and YouTube did stop me. They got me off of my live channel on YouTube. Probably a good thing, though. I don't go through the havoc other people on YouTube go through with people coming in and being just downright rude and crass. I didn't take you as rude at all, Kelly. Not at all. Whoops. Where did I go? Oops. I keep wiping out my screen here, though. There we go. I think I froze for a second. I didn't take you as rude. You're just a Bible person, and you may be very conservative in your beliefs. I'm not. I'm very charismatic in my beliefs, very word of faith at times. Spiritual. I'm a spiritual person, but I'm open-minded to an extent spiritually, although not into like out and out certain things like witchcraft, Satanism. I'm not talking about that stuff. But I believe everybody has a right to believe the way they want and answer to God and to serve God in the way that they know how to serve him and feel comfortable with. And he meets everybody where they're at. God knows me better than anybody knows me. And he keeps me on the straight and narrow, or you probably wouldn't see me talking to you right now, because I've made a lot of really stupid decisions that could have cost me my life. And he had his hand on me and he got me out of those situations. He's told me, actually, get up and leave, get up and go. Believe me, I hear his voice quite regularly and quite clearly. And there have been times I have actually had to turn about face and walk the other way. And there are times I'll go on rooms at night online or in chat areas or whatever, and it's uncomfortable, and he'll be urging me to leave out of there too. So if you see me in a chat area and you're like, well, why is she in there if she says she's against this or whatever, I don't last very long. If there's a bunch of cussing going on or perversion going on, you will see me leave, if you even see me in there. Usually I'll just lurk, check it out, say, okay, this is interesting. Listen to it a little bit, start falling asleep, because it's usually at night when I go into a room or a chat. And I'll just be like, okay, this isn't cool. I'm not good with this. This is grieving my spirit. I'm out of here. And I'll leave and go to a different one. That's pretty much how I do it. I don't hang out for hours and hours in any one place. For one thing, I'm very ADD. My mind does not stay focused on anything for any given time. So that's probably why my videos jump from topic to topic a lot of times. And why when I make videos, I make them on a specific topic, and then I shut that one down and then make the next one on the next topic. Otherwise, I know I go off on tangents. I am going to be doing a live of some kind with Bella Koska on Friday, I believe. That's the plan, as her guest on her channel. I don't know if she's going to have me on the phone or whatever. We haven't really talked about it, but we need to talk about it if we're going to do it. I don't even know what we're going to talk about on the live, but it should be interesting because I like Bella a lot. She's interesting. My husband likes her a lot too. So I don't know. What else do you got to talk to me about, or what else you want to discuss? Oh, no problem. I don't know how humble I was. I'm not very good at the humility thing. There's such a fine line with me because, well, Word of Faith made me kind of feisty and bold. And then my other experiences, like in the Jewish community and stuff like that, have kind of tamed me. So there's kind of a little bit of a medium in there. And I troll out, but it's hard for me because I get very defensive. Especially because I know I need to believe in myself because God believes in me and other people believe in me. And I've got to establish the fact that I really am comfortable in my own skin. I'm good with myself. I'm okay. Because I really am. I enjoy myself a lot. And I am very happy with who I am. But sometimes that's a threat to people that aren't. So I don't mean to come off harsh either, but it's very hard when you're trying to say, look, this is me, this is what I am, don't try to change me, I am who I am, and I like me, and other people like me. Then it makes you kind of sound like you're being cocky, and I'm not trying to do that either. I don't know. I'm just me. I don't know how to be anything else. I'm not going to be, I can't say I'm not showy, because I can be showy sometimes too. People that know me know that there's a goofy side to me. And I like bringing that out too. When I get back on YouTube Live, that might come out. And I've done a lot of that on YouTube Live, actually. But unfortunately, a lot of those videos had stuff about Shanann in them too. And I had to take them all down because that wasn't where my heart was at anymore. And I didn't get a chance to edit all that stuff out because it's a long process. So I just kept them. I didn't delete them necessarily. I just hid them or put them in private or unlisted or whatever. So they're there. They're just not where people can watch them right now. So anyhow, anybody else want to say anything, or anybody want to say anything before I head off here? It's been a good chat. I'm going to go back and watch it, make sure I didn't come off as kind of, grouchy or whatever. I just get really frustrated. I've had a frustrating day. I'm not perfect. I never said I was, but I am very happy with who God has made me to be and making me to be. But I don't want people to feel like they can't approach me either, because that's not my heart either. There's a balance, and I try to establish it, and I don't always know how. But no, I don't think I came off as attacking anybody personally. I don't think. I mean, I'm hoping that if anybody feels that I did, they would know that they can email me and we can talk about it. And if I'm in the wrong, I'll apologize. But if somebody asks me, hey, do you think that I have this issue or I heard you said this? I'll say, yeah, that's what I think is your deal. I have no problem doing that either. I actually had a narcissist one day come up to me and say, because I had told this person to watch my videos or asked them to watch the videos and asked them to give me an opinion. And they said, I see a lot of myself in that video. Do you think I'm a narcissist? And I said, I don't think you're a narcissist. I know you're a narcissist. I've known that since I met you. And she was pretty shocked that I just boldly told her that. And we were actually friends for quite a while after that. But then, yeah, her narcissist ways came out and ruined the friendship, sabotaged it. See you later, Hillary. Thanks for coming in. So, anywho, I guess that's that on that issue. You're welcome. And I don't have a problem if you go and talk against me in another room. That's fine. A lot of people do. It doesn't bother me any. It used to bother me for a while, and then I realized, you know what? Just because somebody says something about you doesn't make it true. You know who you are or who you're not. And if you're not somebody that's, that you should be, then you need to work on that. And then, yeah, they're going to talk about it. If they're seeing something in you that's, ugly and bad, then you need to get rid of the ugly and the bad. We all do. But yeah, I don't have an issue with it. So, and I know that people will come over into my live chats or whatever and find out what I'm saying and then run back to people with it. That's old. That's been around since Pal Talk. So, oh, somebody's trying to get onto my Facebook. Hold on, let me see. Just a minute. See if I can get this person in. If more people want to come into the live tonight, that's cool. Oh, hold on. Now my computer's going to be slow on me again. Of course. Hang on. Goofy thing. Oh, and by the way, the Take Me Baby or Leave Me, that is from Rent, which is a musical. I don't know if you've ever seen it. It's a little bit of a controversial musical. My daughter kind of got me watching it. And it was a song actually between two same gender women that were in a relationship with each other and were having a fight. And they were saying, take me, baby, or leave me. I only used it because of the words in it, not because of the connotation with it. But that's kind of how I feel. People are going to take me or they're going to leave me. I am who I am, and I'm going to be who I'm going to be. So I don't know what else to say. No, I'm not thinking you would do that, but just in case you would or anybody else would, by all means, have at it. But yes, like I said earlier to you, you asked how would I feel like if I was bashed or whatever in a room, people were using my name. It happens. I've had videos made about me by several people, and it really didn't bother me much. If it was true, it should bother me, because then I should look at myself and say, whoa, Nelly, you need to back the truck up and work on some things. But if it's not true, why should it bother me? That's why I reacted the way I did, basically, because I was like, well, nope, that's not true. I'm not like that. No, I didn't say that. Or that's basically what was going through my mind. You couldn't read my mind or hear my mind, but that's what I was thinking in my head was, wait a minute, this is all wrong. That's not me at all. So I wasn't believing what was being said is what you were hearing out loud, or not out loud, but in text. was me saying, nope, that's not me. You got the wrong animal here, honey. So hopefully that made sense. Anyway, I don't know if this person that's trying to find me will be able to find me. People are trying to find me apparently on Facebook and can't find me. So I don't know what the deal is here with Facebook tonight. Anyway, Kelly, what would you like to know about me? What are your concerns? Like I said, I'm an open book. I have no problem with you asking me whatever you want to know, or anybody. I've been pretty open anyways on my YouTube channel. I don't really hide stuff. I've pretty much bared all, literally, of my life. My husband, too. I mean, we've come on and talked about some pretty private things, so neither one of us honestly have an issue with talking about pretty much anything. Mm-hmm. Nothing? Okay. I'll wait a couple minutes and, oh, I see you're trying to type or somebody's trying to type here. Oh, you're good right now. Okay. That's fine. I'm glad you're good. Also, text is not my preferred way of talking either, because I'm sure you know that things can seem very belligerent and angry in text. Whereas if you're talking to somebody by a voice or by camera or whatever, you can see the facial expressions, you can hear the tone. It's very difficult to hear that in a text. It's impossible to hear that in a text because there's no audio. And I don't like that being my sole way of communicating. On the other hand, I get very nervous about just letting anybody call me, because then if it's somebody I'm uncomfortable with, I'm trapped in this conversation with them and I don't know how to bow out gracefully. And that is a big reason why I don't take life coaching calls anymore, because that makes me very uncomfortable, which is why I said, bravo, Marissa. If you're a life coach and you're taking calls, have at it. Have at it. I did that for years. And until I just couldn't do it anymore, until I got people calling me that were very severely disturbed and scary, some of them. And I couldn't do it. Just couldn't put myself out there like that anymore and end up trapped in these conversations I wasn't comfortable with. I don't know. I didn't feel like I was joining, I guess if you say hopping on the bandwagon with other people. And that wasn't what I was trying to do. I'm really not one who right now is hooking up with anybody except maybe Bella Koska. And that's so I could do a collab with her on Friday about whatever we're collabing about. I don't know. I really enjoy her channel. She's kind of like me where she's trying to find that balance, I think. It's been a really intensely passionate, however many months it's been since August, since the whole Watts thing started up. And until, or before that time, I was just uploading videos. I wasn't even on live anything. When you get on that live and people are throwing money at you and subscribing left and right, it can get you a little bit in your head sometimes if you're not careful. You can get a little bit vain about it and forget him. And I think maybe he was preventing that for me. And that's why I got taken off of there. I mean, I believe, like I said, predestiny. I believe that that was already, he already knew. He already knew that I would film that 2020, that Disney would get upset and report me to YouTube, and I would be one of probably the only people that I know of that is still off on the live shows. I cannot live film anything on there. And I think that's interesting that everybody came to me and said, yeah, but you're the only one. They didn't do this to anybody but you. That's how I know it's probably him and not them, or it's like him working through them. He's pulling me down, going, whoa, chica, come on down to earth. You're not going to get into this whole money thing and, the fame of it all. That's not why you're here. That's not your purpose I gave you. Maybe some other people's purpose, or maybe just in their head it's their purpose, but that's not where I've called you to. That's not what I called you to do. I called you to reach the victims and the people that are stamped down and that need answers. I didn't call you to get ahead of yourself and make it all about you. So I think there was a purpose in that, and I accepted that. And that's why when people came to me and said, well, just open another channel. We miss you, Dee Dee. Just open up your own channel. Put a different name on it. I'm like, oh, no. Nope, not going to do it. Going to accept the discipline and move on, because whether I was in the wrong or not, God allowed this for a purpose, and I'm going to go with it. And my husband said the same thing. Maybe there's a reason for it. I was neglecting him, for one thing. I was on here all the time, a lot more than I am now. And it's so easy to get out of balance. So easy. I got to keep that balance. I did that years ago and almost lost my family. I dare not do that again. So that's what I believe happened, personally. No, well, I started getting caught up in it. I mean, I don't know if you saw Marissa's in my collab that we did. Did you see that? It was a 2-part thing, and Mrs. Analyzer helped film it. Well, she did film it, actually. It was fun. We had a good time. There were some things that made me a little uncomfortable, but for the most part, I think we had a good talk and kind of got to know a little bit about each other and had a blast over the whole hot water tank thing. That was just funny. Yeah. And I took that down because people were accusing people of riding on other people's fame to get views and stuff. And I didn't want people to believe that about me, because I've been here a long time. And I never rode on anybody's whatever to be famous. I don't want to be famous. First of all, fame is fleeting. You can have fame today and be devastated tomorrow. Second of all, there's only one famous one to me. He's up there. And third, well, maybe not third, but the next one is, a fool and his money are soon parted. If you start making money your God, you're going to find out that you end up devastated quicker than you think. You don't want to put anything before God, because he will knock it down real quick. There will only be one God, and he doesn't allow other things to be gods to people. Well, unless they don't belong to him, then I guess he doesn't care. But people that truly want to follow God, he's not going to let you get away with that stuff for very long before he says, okay, I see where this is going. You are making an idol here. That's idolatry. You said you wanted to serve me, so I'm going to help you out. I'm going to take away this thing that you're so hooked to and addicted to. And he's had to do that with me several times. And another thing about fame is it's downright dangerous. It puts you in a really bad position. People know that you're famous or making tons of money and stuff. They're going to be at your doorstep with their hands out or a gun out, whatever. Unless you've got bodyguards, you don't want to have a lot of money. Not today. Maybe not ever. I don't know. It's always been kind of dangerous. I like the fact that I live a very kind of private life where everybody doesn't know where I live, and yeah, I'm secluded. I like that. It makes me feel comfortable and secure and safe, and I like safe. So I don't want to be, this bright name and lights or anything like that. Not looking for that. Not traveling anywhere like to be famous or meet and greets, or ever since that Christina Grimmie had her meet and greet and got shot in the head while she was signing autographs, I had no desire at that point to be YouTube famous. None. Now, do I like subscribers? Heck yeah, who doesn't? I like gifties. I like people to send me stuff in the mail if they want to send me like their hobby stuff that they make and stuff. like online people that I may never even meet, but they send me beautiful things. I've had outfits sent to me. This beautiful blanket over here, I don't know if you can see it. I'll bring it over if I can get it off the line to show you. My friend, my online friend who I've never met in person, but she's been through some stuff with me. This beautiful quilt, my friend Pamela made. Isn't that gorgeous? It's our wedding colors. It's pink and blue. And I love it. And it makes me so happy when I see it because she loves me and cares about me and sent me this beautiful present that she made by hand. That's a giftie to me. When I say I like gifties, that's my giftie. And yes, I like gifties. And I've told people, send them if you want. I got a P.O. box now. You can send me gifties. It makes me happy. Thank you. I thought so too. She worked really hard on that. It took her a long, long time to make it. And she makes them all the time now. But somebody wanted to send me a cat bed, or 2 cat beds or something. And I didn't have a P.O. box at the time. I didn't want to give out my private address. So I waited and I finally bought a post office box. But I don't think I'm going to renew it after 6 months. I'm not sure because it's a little costly. I don't even remember how much it was. But if I'm not going to, be getting regular things sent to it, there's no point in having it. It's just an added expense. But for now, I have a P.O. box. So people want to send me stuff and they start sending me stuff, I'll keep it. I'm not going to put out my personal address. Let's see. What else I wanted to say? I don't know. Like I said, I'm just me. I got caught up in the whole Watts moment with everybody else. And I got caught up in it for a different reason. I was never into the true crime stuff. I was into behavior analysis, and that's still what I'm into. Not required to have what, P.O. boxes? No, I have an actual mailbox. I have a mailbox. And we can use the mailbox, but that's my personal address. So I don't want people knowing where I live. So obviously I wouldn't put that out there. As I was saying, I got caught up in it because of the behavior analysis. And thanks to my daughter sending me the very first video of Shanann announcing her pregnancy, and the weirdness of it made me want to dig deeper. And that's how I got caught up in it. And then I met all these people after that, all these YouTubers, and all different personalities, that's for sure. Different issues going on there. And I was able to help a couple people start their own channels, and that made me really happy because I'm a catalyst. I like speaking into people's lives or directing things and helping them believe in themselves and be better people. And then I like moving on. I don't want to like latch on to anybody or have like this dependent type of thing going on. That's not me. That's why I am more of a coach than a counselor. Also, counselors are like every single week you see them at the same time. Now, I do want to be a school counselor, so that's a different ball game altogether. That's kids usually. And that's regular appointments, yes. But right now, as far as like online, no, I'm a coach. I'm a coach. Well, at least people consider me a coach. And that's what I've been for a long time. But no, I haven't done like private coaching sessions in a long, long time for the reasons that I mentioned before. Anywho, wow, we've struck up quite the conversation, haven't we? So that's a little bit more about me and my situation or whatever. Oh, okay. Your son's bipolar. I gotcha. My husband is. Lots of people I know are. I battle cyclothymic mood disorder, which really doesn't affect my life all that much, thankfully, but the other stuff affects us. I think I have a daughter. One of my daughters may be bipolar or autistic or something. I don't know exactly what the issue is with her. Hi, Nicole. Welcome. This is Talk About Dee Dee Night. Expose me for who I am. I really would like somebody to do that. I'd love to hear what somebody has to say about me. I loved Marissa's video. I'm delusion dispeller. Darn flies won't leave me alone. Oh, she's a riot. She should keep impersonating me. Yeah, your son is schizoaffective. I don't know much about schizoaffective disorder. I really haven't studied that in depth. And a lot of the stuff I've studied was way back when I was in college. So we're talking about 2013, 2012, something like that. It was a while ago. I don't retain all that stuff. Okay, Kelly, have a good night. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for your patience with me while I calmed my little butt down. I hate when I get like that. I don't like being all tense and nervy like that. Anyway, what's going on with you, Nicole? I was just about to close down when you came in, so I'll stay open for a couple minutes unless people really strike up some kind of a conversation. Yeah, it's a real difficult illness. It's true. Not perfect. I don't know about all that. I'm not perfect. Striving to be more like the one who is perfect. I'm sure he could handle people a lot better than I can. Ah, you're getting ready to sleep. Gotcha. Yeah, I hear you. It's getting to that time, isn't it? It's almost 8:30. It's getting late. I probably should get off of here too. I'm going to go paint my nails a different color because I don't like them right now. They're kind of gaudy. I was just playing around with them today with some white out. I'm goofy like that. But thanks for coming in. I'm going to go and upload this video and another video on whatever that topic was I was talking about recently. I can't remember. But I'm going to go and upload that and take my nail polish off and maybe paint with a nice pink color or something and head on out. Oh, wow. Yeah. All right, dear. Yes, I will let you get some sleep. If you got to get up at 4 a.m., you definitely need some sleep. So take it easy, everybody. It is good to have everybody watching me and commenting and sharing. And I do apologize if I came off as like haughty or mean or rude or whatever I came off as originally. I've obviously calmed down now, and I'm not going to edit that part out because that's part of me too. But I just wanted everybody to know, love you all and appreciate you. I know that if it wasn't for all of you out there, I would not have a channel. I don't ever want to take that for granted. And I'm sorry if there's ways I've handled things that were not the best way. I'm still learning. I feel like I'm doing pretty good, but I don't know. Maybe there's ways I fall short. I'm not perfect. Anyway, yeah, greetings to you as well. And I will let him know you said so. So good night, everybody, and we will see you on the next live. Have a great evening, day, morning, whatever time it is there. Take care of each other. Be thankful for every moment you breathe and live on this big, wonderful planet and planet YouTube. See you soon.